Hey guys, welcome back to Pikastash's The Royal Trap playthrough. So basically we left off with Nazagi coming to talk to you multiple times. Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna start reading now. Okay. And no simple coin could have brought that guardsman who tried to kill the princess. As Callum said, there was very little chance for him to escape alive and enjoy a reward. So why did he do it? It seems like madness. Of course, madness can be brought upon by an unwilling victim in the skills of a pharmacist, skills which Prince Nazagi seems to possess. But what could he possibly gain by sending a minion to attack Princess Cassie, even if he had known where we were? No. Perhaps the guard was promised something on behalf of the friend or family, something which he valued more than his own life. Daughters in need of inheritance, an ailing wife? There is absolutely nothing I can do to investigate from the inside of this cell. I can only spin theories, each one wilder than the last. I wonder how Oscar is faring under these conditions. Is he taking care of himself and staying out of trouble? Okay, I think this is the same lines as last time. Okay. At least for the moment, he has obeyed my request and stayed back from me here. Even if I'm bundling matters with Nazagi, Oscar should be safe. That is, as long as it's by his own choice that he is maintaining this distance. I stand up, take a deep breath, and let it all out slowly. I will not fret about Oscar. I am sure he's fine. He's probably taking the time to write some more terrible poetry. I must think calming thoughts and look at my window and wait. Time passes, afternoon shading into evening into night, and still no one comes. Didn't Prince Nazagi suggest he would return in the evening? Where is he? Perhaps he intended a more clandestine visit in the cover of darkness. I press my face against the bars of the window, peering left and right. A clever and quiet individual might slip around the base of the castle to deliver a message to a prisoner without any guard being aware. But there is no one there. No one is coming. No one is going to come. There's nothing left for me to do but sleep. After a day mostly still and waiting, sleep does not come easily. I lie down in the dark, my senses picking out every sound that forms. A drip in the distance, a stray breeze, tiny skittering movements, and insectile, not rodent, which is only a minor relief. Sleep sounds like such an easy thing to do, doesn't it? You lie down, you close your eyes, and you drift away, except when you're waiting for it to arrive. It seems like it never will. Waiting, always waiting. What a waste of time this is, lying in bed waiting for some greater force that I can't control to come and carry me off. It should be my choice. I should be able to say, sleep, now, and have it happen. Why can't I? Oh, darn it, I just tapped it. Okay, oh well. Okay, sunlight, morning! I must have fallen asleep eventually. I can't remember. I think I'm being trapped. Being trapped is starting to prey on my mind. Wait, did I just say that out loud? It's not a good sign. I need to get out of here, but no one's coming. Calm down. I can do this. I haven't really been in here that long, and I won't be here for that much longer. I am fine. Even if none of my schemes bear fruit, I have betrayed nothing and promised nothing. Oscar and I are both safe. And of course, I'm not entirely out of options. After some time passed, a guard arrives with my meal. Good morning, Gerard. It's Lambert. Success! I've gotten him to say something outside of his duties. That's the first step in him thinking of me as a person. I agree. That's a much better name. Mine is Madeline. The guard only grunts. Thank you for the meal and have a pleasant day. Over time, people generally find it hard to hate someone who keeps being nice to them. Oh, so true. Okay. At the least bit, he should be willing to tell me a bit of gossip soon. I need to find out what's going on in the rest of the palace. Well, for the moment, I need to eat this food and keep my strength up. Stew again. although with a slightly different flavor this time. One must be grateful for small luxuries. I eat slowly, savoring the experience, since as soon as this is gone, I'll have nothing left to do but sit and stare. Once again, I settle into place and look out the window waiting. Perhaps Prince Nazagi will visit me today. Time passes. Time and time and time. It's becoming strangely cold in here. I wrap the rough blanket around my shoulders. Why do I feel tired all of a sudden? I shouldn't be tired. I've done nothing but sleep and sit. Perhaps I've slept too much. I rock back and forth, trying to regain my equilibrium. There's a painful pressure growing in my gut. Something is wrong! Oh, yeah. Anyone's eating, just don't listen. Okay. I launch myself away from the bed, falling to my knees on the stone floor, just in time for the first contents of my stomach to fight their way out of my throat. Once I finish coughing and retching, I call for the guard to come again and clean the mess. At least that was my intention. My body no longer seems to be willing to follow my commands. My tongue feels swollen and numb in my mouth. My hands are shaking, my finger is cold, my stomach crushes in on itself, hard enough to crack nuts. I cry for help, but I'm not sure that I'm able to form words. Something is very wrong. Either I'm terribly ill with an illness that has come on faster and stronger than anything I've ever seen before, or I have been poisoned. Alone, and dark and cold within itself, this is not how I wanted my life to end. I can't keep my eyes open. I like that music. Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, lived a little girl named Abseline. She lived with her father and mother in a stone house on a great hill. One day, Wait, who's Abseline? That's not my name. Once upon a time in a land far, far away. I'm not from a land far, far away. That's a fairy story. Once upon a time. This isn't making sense. I'm dreaming. I'm having a fever dream. That's why it keeps repeating. And that means I'm not dead? Slowly, painfully, I open my eyes. The first thing I notice is discomfort, like a day-old bird, running from the center of my chest through my throat. My mouth is dry, my head heavy and sore. I won't be going anywhere in a hurry. The next thing I notice is that I am no longer in the dungeon. A good bed, a soft pillow, silk sheets, no smell of sweat or decay. How long have I been sleeping? Have we come home again? Oscar? I hope that's the only confusion, and not a sign that your eyesight has been damaged. Prince Nazagi, yay! And I haven't left Guelnor after all. What? There's water there. That wasn't what I meant. But considering the condition of my throat, I am more than willing to take the glass he indicates before continuing. How did I get here? There was quite to do about your unfortunate illness. It would seem that the king in his wisdom did not wish your death. That's reassuring, I suppose. At the same time, they were highly reluctant to allow you to be removed to the care of a healer. You are, after all, a prisoner here, and not permitted to travel or speak freely. But I'm not in the dungeon anymore. You're in my quarters. I quite kindly volunteered my services on your behalf. They trusted you? No offense intended, my lord, but your reputation does precede you. Certain precautions were required, of course. There are now guards stationed outside my rooms. And my own valet Yorick has taken your place in the dungeons as an incentive to prevent your escape. And if I die here, the blame falls on you, not on Guelnor. Indeed, not that it would happen, of course. I fall back against the pillows, exhausted. You're very confident of your skills. I should be, considering that I supplied the poison that filled you myself. He what? That's insane, but that's so clever! Oh my gosh, that's so clever! Okay. I keep my face still, hiding any reaction as I try to process this. So you planned all of this in order to get me out of detention. Very clever. Clever, but potentially dangerous. Through no fault of my own, I have now broken out of my imprisonment. If the king realizes that it wasn't a natural illness, he might consider it a violation of our agreement. Oscar could be in danger. Still, antagonizing my only ally won't make it any better. Or is my only ally. Perhaps this is part of a plan. Did you speak to Prince Callum? No. Then why... When I arranged to cross Callum's path, I discovered that he had been assigned a new valet. One Dolores Orfe. What? That's impossible! So you say. I say that I am tired of moving these shells blindly. I have sacrificed my best piece to put myself under suspicion and gain access to you. No more delays. Tell me what you know. This has all gotten far too complicated. Nazagi is involved. His poor valet is involved. Oscar is at risk, and I still have no idea what's going on. What have I gained? A variety of few aches, pains, and a more comfortable bed to lie in. Useless. It's far too late to change course now. The cards have been dealt. We have to play them out. Fine. Let me finish this water. I'll tell you what happened. I sip slowly, trying to put my thoughts in order. How to tell the tale. Princess Cassidy has spent most of her life cooped up in her own safety. She's never been allowed out. Even her own brothers weren't allowed to see or speak to her. Callum resented that. He came up with a plan to get her away from her parents and her minders. It was Callum who attacked Oscar in the Rose Garden. Only a slight widening of the eyes betrays his surprise. Prince Nazagi is not the sort to argue or interrupt until a tale is done. From what I sum up the events, Callum leaves Cassie in his rooms. Dolores takes her phone from there and leaves a ransom note while sending me off on a pointless quest to search Nazagi's room. Callum forces me into his service, and we pilfer the treasury and escape the castle through a secret passage, the details of which I do not disclose. It has no bearing on the current events, and it is not my secret to share. The next morning, we went to the rendezvous, and that's when we found out it was Dolores. We managed to capture her and rescue Cassidy as we headed back to the castle. Then we encountered a lone guard who, instead of helping us, called Cassidy an imposter and attacked her. So Callum killed him. He wanted to kill Dolores when he found out what she'd done, but Oscar and I managed to stop him. I can't imagine him taking that woman as his valet. He despises her, and she's nowhere near qualified. Anyway, that was the last obstacle before we returned. When we arrived here, the guards split us up. The king in his wisdom wanted to talk to Oscar and Callum and Cassidy alone because of royal privilege. I waited with Dolores to keep an eye on her, and then, all of a sudden, I was arrested. I expected Frederick and Paloma to cover up Callum's part in all of this. I didn't expect them to pin the blame on me. I had to agree to give a false confession in order to protect Oscar and escape with my life, but I don't know why. I haven't been able to reach either Callum or Cassidy since we returned. An interesting tale, yet what does it all come down to when you don't actually know what's going on? I know a lot more than you did. What I don't understand is Dolores' part in all of this. She's not qualified even to a page, much less a valet. She told me she was a foundling, a nameless peasant who received a place here out of royal charity. Okay, so I'm just gonna end this all here, and like, favorite, or whatever, subscribe, comment below, and thank you for watching!